All right. So, good evening, everyone. It's great to be with you all again. I just wanted to go ahead and kind of extend another opportunity to have a chance to just talk to one another about the beginning of school year, the upcoming changes, to put some minds to ease, and really just to see what we can do to help everyone in this transition period. So, first of all, thank you for joining, and um, do want to take a quick second to go out of the business here and to say happy birthday to Mrs. Sauer. I know that she's a pretty private person, but I do want to celebrate her and to say thank you for everything you're doing to help bring Liberty Charter Academy to life. So
Thank you.
happy birthday.
I
Oh,
appreciate
look. Um, Thanks, Lindsay.
it.
All right. So, everyone else, as I'm sure you're aware, uh, construction has started at our permanent location, which just got a new address today. So, we'll be rolling that out, and hopefully, it'll make everything a lot easier when you're trying to come visit us at the school. Um, but due to no fault of our own. Just there's a large bureaucratic machine that goes into place to opening a school. Um, we will not be able to open on September 2nd in our facility. We will still be opening on September the 2nd, but we'll be doing so at the church on 68, which is just a little bit down the road from the school or up the road, I guess, depending on your geographic setting there. And we will still be um, beginning on, like I said, September 2nd. We'll still have school going at regular hours. We will be providing transportation from the school to the church on 68, or parents are able to drop off there. Actually, yesterday, Mrs. Sauer and I went and toured the facility. Neither of us are a stranger to that building. We've both been in there with other school or schools, as the case were. Um, and it's an exciting chance to really be there. Again, it does take me back to many, many years ago when I was a teacher at Piedmont Classical High School, and there are some good memories. It's a good place to be. So, in the situation that we have, I couldn't think of a better place I'd rather be. And with that, even though it's not our main campus, this does give us this does give us an opportunity to really rethink the way we were going to open school. And that's exciting. So we were already going to have an opening assembly. We were already going to sort our students into their houses and a variety of other introductory community building events. But now we get a chance to do those in a way that's almost freeing. Um, so we are building a plan for what is tentatively called a mini-mester. Um, we will have a new name coming out with a lot of excellent activities and educational opportunities and chances to build our culture. But we're not looking at this as a thorn in the foot, but rather as an opportunity. Um, as we hear in the Fellowship of the Ring, I wish this needn't happen to me. And Gandalf says, so do all who are given times like these. Um, but it's up to us to choose what we do with the times given us. So that's kind of a brief update on everything that is going on. Of course, a lot of this can be found in the Liberty Letter, which I've seen some of you are accessing, and I hope that this is a great one stop shop for us. But at this time, I do want to go ahead and open up to to you, to your voice, to your questions, your concerns, so
And
we can try to address those.
Dr. Looney, can I add a couple more updates?
Absolutely, yes.
Because I remember some of the questions that people had before, and I have a friend here with me. Sorry about that. Um, so one of the things that we talked to the church about when we were there yesterday is the safety
Yes.
issue, and so we are they are being very cooperative. They want to help us open strong and obviously be safe. So I think we have a good plan in place for that. There will be very limited traffic throughout the building, right? It'll be the school and the school parts, the parts of the building that have other people that we're going to do background checks on them and approve them to be there during school, and any visitors will be escorted. So um, so no one that hasn't been vetted will be alone in the school. We're going to they're adjusting the way that they operate to accommodate us in some of those things. So
Mhm.
we appreciate that. The other thing I wanted to say, I know you all want to see it and to um, we'll see where your kids are going to be. We're making an opportunity for that next week, next Tuesday evening. We have an information meeting at 6:30, so you can come to that and you can bring friends. We still have openings. We would love if you some more students, especially in kindergarten. But if you want to come before that, we're opening it up at 6 o'clock so that you can just come and see where we're going to be and see the space and get a feeling, I think, for where we're gonna start. It's actually in some ways it's disappointing that we have to move and that we'll have to go a little further north, but in some ways it's going to be much more comfortable for those first few days. They actually have a better auditorium, and some of the things spaces will be advantageous. So I think we're going to take advantage of that, and I just wanted to put those things out there to kind of make sure everyone had those updates.
And just to tack on to that, considering the actual space itself, we have talked to the people at the church on 68 about having spaces for recesses, spaces for eating, making plans to make sure that water is accessible for the water bottles that we have our students bring. We do have classroom spaces, so all of that has been thought about in our process. All right, so opening up for questions.
So I'll also say if there's anything else you want us to talk about, we'll take questions about other things as well.
Um, October the 11th. So do you want to do the week before? Yes, that would be great. Oh Lord, I bet you have no.
So does anyone have anything that you would like us to talk about?
So transportation will still be the same, correct?
So we're what we're doing for transportation is we're going to still have the same bus that will go to the same stops. The timing might be adjusted, but we haven't released the times yet. Haven't figured
Hmm.
it out. So we'll have that, but then we'll also have an additional bus. So even if you don't ride the bus normally, but now it's a longer way to get to the church on 68, you can drop your children off at the Westchester Drive location, and then we'll have a bus that'll take them to school and bring them back in the afternoon. So
Yeah, because I know you say you were supposed to reach out to some parents that don't have transportation. So
yes,
that
ma'am.
I'm one of those parents.
I
So
know. I appreciate that, and I made another note to call you, but so I'll pay attention to this one. I'm sorry, I
it's
should have
okay.
reached back out before.
It's okay. I definitely understand. It's a lot.
I appreciate your patience. I can also tell you all that construction is going well,
It is.
and we're actually so far getting a little ahead of schedule. Um, it looks completely different. I'll try to post some pictures this week, maybe tomorrow. But we're gutting that main office and making that a beautiful space. And they've they're busy with painting and the floors. We'll have new floors in a couple of weeks. There's a lot going on, and it's our contractors are actually working hard and doing a good job of doing it in a timely fashion, which we appreciate.
Um, yes, so we will be using Infinite Campus. I will be sharing a link to the app when that becomes readily available. So we're not quite to the live phase just yet. Currently, our partners over at Polaris are adding our students in, and yeah, we will be making that accessible when we get a little bit closer to school. Realistically, that'll probably be about a week before. Um, but we are collecting photos and bios from our teachers so that we can start putting those on Facebook and online so that you can start to kind of virtually meet them. And don't worry, we will be letting you know your child's teacher or child's teachers, depending, once we get those all kind of sorted out. In some grades, it's a little more complicated than others, but that will all be shared. The open house, the info session on the 5th will be at the church. Yes, the church on 68. So just again, 6 o'clock, we will have the kind of open house, and at 6:30 we'll have the info session. You're welcome to come to those if you've already been, but you can always come again.
I expect we'll also have, I believe we'll have some teachers or staff members there on
Hmm.
at that six
On
o'clock.
Tuesday.
We're also planning some grade level socials that'll happen in August, and so you can meet the teachers and other kids in the grade, so that because everyone's new. So
Um, to Erica's question, where are the kindergarten assessments taking place? That first part, the kindergarten assessments will be taking place at the permanent location on Westchester Drive. So um, we are still moving forward with those, but those are happening at the school itself. Um, and to that second question, can students wear long sleeves under their uniform shirts for the winter months? Um, I wouldn't see why not, as long as those are also of a solid color that follows the uniform policy as a whole. But um,
we'll want to double check
yes,
the uniform policy.
yeah, I just have to double check that. But that's my initial thought is I don't think that would be too much of a problem. Um, but let me just make sure.
Yes. Okay, so there's another question about will there be any other dates to see the church before school starts? I imagine we don't have specific anything lined up yet. We will be, we're trying to be frugal and trying to make it make sense. So in that regard, we're leasing space from that church. So we don't want to lease extra space because that costs us more money. And we don't want to set up all the classrooms and things and then have to move it in 2 to 3 weeks. So so some of that might look a little different. What we definitely want to do is invite you to that opening um, assembly. So We would love for you to come and watch the opening assembly, and we'll look for other times before then that might be a good for you to come see it. And yes, the first day is an early release day, which I believe means they release at noon
Noon. Okay.
on the first day.
I was just doing
Oh,
the
I'm
actual.
sorry.
So I said 11:30 in our schedule, but I can definitely add that in.
Let's check that. There's
Okay.
there's a there's a policy about that too. So
Sorry about that.
no, that's you might be right. We'll check it and hi. Hi. Wrigley wants to help.
All right. Are there any other questions at this time?
Doing vendors for food for lunch or just bringing lunch at the temporary location?
We've talked to the vendors, and Miss Powell did that. All the vendors are willing to provide to the temporary location.
Yes.
All
And
right.
after
Go ahead.
school care is available, I believe on half days. We'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure they stay on half days. And it will be at the temporary location as well. So they'll just be at that location.
As far as office hours, in August, let's not say August, let's say starting next week, just because that puts us at this Friday, which is kind of wonky. But beginning next week, office hours will be 9 to 4, but not just Tuesday through Thursday. That'll be Monday through Friday, and that will still be at Westchester Drive.
That's a good question. How do you sign up for lunch? Working that out, and you'll get an email with all the information about how to set up an account and how to order lunch ahead of time. If you've applied for free and reduced lunch, there's an application if you need that. If you're getting free and reduced lunch, you'll still need to set up an account and
Mhm.
order your child's lunch. It comes as a credit there, so there will still be things you need to do for that. But we'll be communicating that as soon as we get all that information locked down. That's a good question. I can look it up. Just
And yes, students are welcome to bring their own lunch.
so the new address is 1697 Westchester Drive. So we'll be putting that on the website and changing all of our documents and putting that out there. We've ordered signage that I think they said it'll take 4 weeks, but it'll look real nice because it's the big monument sign at the front of Westchester Drive, at the front driveway, and so that'll be helpful as well. So we have a question about maximum class size. So I can say typically the class sizes are going to be about 20 for kindergarten and first grade. For second through fifth grade, it's about 27. And for middle school, it's about 27. It varies more for middle school because of the way that we group students. For the first year or two, as we're growing and as things are very unpredictable, then we do something called oversubscribing. So we increase those class sizes, figuring that because we know some people are not going to show up on the first day, and it's hard to fill those spots. It just affects everything. So they'll be a little larger for at the beginning, and then as they drop down, we generally don't replace those students. When we do have openings, though, we'll take new students all the way through the first semester. About the end of December, we stop taking any new students. Um, so I didn't answer your question about max because there's some things that affect that. So let's say that our max is 28 is kind of what we're planning all around, right, for that second through eighth grade now. But let's say we hire a teacher, a new teacher who has a child. We would probably take that child at 29. We would give that teacher extra support in the form of maybe more support from a teacher assistant. Um, we might have, if we have a wonky class size, which third grade looks a little wonky right now. We'll see. I think it'll come down. I think it'll balance out. But if we have a wonky class size that's, again, about that 29, 30, 31, we'll probably divide it up and maybe do a team teaching situation or with a teacher and a teacher assistant so that, again, we'd give that teacher extra support if she has a load that's not normal. 27 would be normal.
Now, as far as um, the school-wide read, um, yes, I will agree. There are parts of Tale of Despero that can be rather dark, especially those dealing with Oscuro. Um,
Or the
but
striking.
that's part of what really intrigues me about getting to do this. So this summer, my family and I, including a 5-year-old, did read this and discuss it. Uh, with these school-wide reads, we're looking for shared stories that unite the school in the pursuit of truth, goodness, beauty, and virtue. From kindergarten up to high school, students can engage with the tale in different ways, as can the adults. So younger students delight in the wonder and the moral clarity. They might go into thinking about what makes Despero brave. Why do the characters make the choices they do? What does it mean to be a hero, even if you're so small? Whereas older students might come at the question of Roscuro asking, is he evil or misunderstood? Can he be redeemed? Um, what do different characters believe about light and darkness? And then going up to, say, high school in the future, we could even compare Despero and Roscuro with the likes of Odysseus or Aeneas or Sir Gawain. Um, but ultimately, we plan across all grade levels to ask things like, what does it mean to be brave? What does it mean to seek light? To be shaped by stories, um, and we will attack this, as it were, intentionally. Um, we'll take a single book to become a school-wide conversation about cultivating imagination, forming character, and drawing our students into the great conversation together. So I hope that answers your question.
That's our chicken.
Yes, so we will be getting all of those out there. Like I said, the Infinite Campus was just to kind of give you a place to show you a little bit of information. The car rider map, we'll have to put out two, of course, one for 1697 and one for the church at 68. Um, and those staff updates are sure to come soon.
I will also say that we've been a little overwhelmed with the response and applicants for the staff. I think we've been able to choose I won't say the best of the best. I think we've got some really excellent staff members and teachers that I'm extremely excited about. And I think that's going to be the key to our early success.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Huckins. As a reminder to everyone, we will have a cookout and a get together at the park on August the 17th. We do hope to see everyone there. There's some information about that, but we'll get more out here probably next week. And if there are no other questions, because it seems like things have kind of slowed down, we're going to go ahead and get ready to um, stop the recording here in just a minute. As a reminder, you can always email us. My email is jlooney@libertycharteracademy.com. I'm sure by now you've seen emails from me. And if you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Dr. Looney, I do have a question.
Yes.
Do you think that there will be like a curriculum calendar for each grade as far as like what they're learning each week that will be posted?
Yes. So on the Liberty letter, there is a current placeholder in the top where each grade level will post kind of a broad overview of what's being learned in a given week. Any major assignments, so that won't include everything, but major assignments and how our lessons are working toward big ideas that are more than just the curriculum itself, but those are overarching questions about our own humanity. So that will be there. In fact, the curriculum map internally has been built, so we'll be able to share that rather easily.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
So welcome.
Well,
It was
thank
a
you
great
all
question.
so much. Go ahead, Dr. Lee.
I was just saying that was a great question. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but as Mrs. Sauer was saying, thank you all so much. We're going to go ahead and close this meeting out. Have a beautiful rest of your day and a wonderful way to end off July.